Danny Flex here for Seconds Out, our old friend Eddie Hearn. We're here at the Jarrell Miller, Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller press conference. For him, you'd think it was the Jarrell Miller show, wouldn't you? What do you think of AJ building up to this fight? I mean, a lot of people originally were uninspired, but I think the antagonism between the two is starting to convert a lot of the doubters. Would you agree?
Yeah, and we've seen from the numbers and the media interest last week, it's a big fight. It's the World Heavyweight Championship at Madison Square Garden between the biggest star in British boxing and I think world boxing against a kid from Brooklyn. Against Jarrell Miller, who's a great talker, who's a good fighter, great story, very engaging. I think it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Look, of course, we wanted the Wilder fight. Him fighting Fury, Dillian White fight couldn't get made. This is a very viable alternative. Yeah, and every day that passes, I'm starting to think this is a bloody great move. And June the 1 will be an electric night, and we will take over Madison Square Garden.
Talking of Wilder, let's just do a quick bit of housekeeping. I know you've been answering questions about this earlier. Stephen Espinoza was arguing with some random fan/bot on Twitter last night who had a handle that goes about 20 characters. Was just saying, we sent Matchroom a contract, they saw it.
Add Sky in one of the clauses or whatever it said.
We offered them proof of funds, we offered to show them proof of funds, but they never wanted to, basically.
I think you saw my reply, did you?
No, what was it?
Stone cold lies. Stone cold lies.
Pick it apart.
We asked for a contract. There was never a contract sent at all. So if Mr. Espinoza wishes to show that contract, even to me, would be nice, or anybody else.
But that won't prove it was sent anyway, even if he has a copy, will it?
No, it will do. If it show me where it was sent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like show me. He can't do that. There was never a contract sent, and he's just getting himself wound up right now because he's losing Wilder. He can't compete with the landscape of boxing on Showtime, and he's replied to some bot, like you said, that he probably thought no one would see. And now it's all blown out of proportion where I'm calling him out. I'm saying you're lying. So I know you're under pressure, but don't start telling porcupines.
Does Wilder fight Fury again, but on ESPN this time?
I think Mr. Espinoza and Al Heyman will be doing everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen. But who knows?
If you were a betting man, because famously you said the fight probably wouldn't happen the first one, but then you held your hands up. But you held your hands up.
I'll say it again, it won't happen. I think that it's probably more likely to not happen next than it is happen next. That makes sense.
So where do they go then? What are their options, do you think?
Separate fights. And I think if I'm Al Heyman, who's a guy renowned as a power moves guy, I'll come straight on and make the undisputed fight with Joshua. Like, it's there. It can be made this week.
Yeah, but Joshua's not fighting until June anyway.
He's going to have his interim fight. Yeah. Anyway, well, that's pretty obvious anyway. And even if he joins ESPN, it sounds like they're going to have an interim fight. So nothing changes there. But for a guy who's talked about one face, one champion, one name, like it's there. It's on a plate for him to come and sign.
If the Wilder Fury rematch doesn't happen, yes, it pushes them both further towards Joshua, perhaps. Although Fury's recent deal kind of goes against that. Does it also push them more towards trying to get Dillian White away from you?
Who? Getting who? Or ESPN?
Either Wilder or Fury's team.
I've said before, Dillian White, if he feels like we haven't done a good job or there's a better opportunity from elsewhere, he's free to go. We don't want him to. We've done a great job for him. He turned down a Joshua fight. That's a fight that I wanted him to take. At the moment, he's due to fight Brazil. But who knows? Listen, if he gets a massive deal and an opportunity, maybe we look at it together and I say, look, I think this is a good opportunity for you. So,
do you think like a Wilder Fury rematch not happening next makes that more likely that he'll go away because they need opponents?
I know the numbers that Dillian White wants for that fight and the AJ fight, and I don't think Deontay Wilder will want to pay that kind of money or any other platform at the moment. But it's not really about what Dillian wants now. It's about what he thinks he can. The level he can get to. So he's backing himself to get to that level.
Do you think all these kind of entities coming into heavyweight boxing and signing exclusive deals, although Wilder denies obviously that his deal's exclusive, do you think that's harmful to the sport? It's great for the fighters.
It's just boxing. It's always been the same. It doesn't help, but we've seen it time and time again. When a fight's big enough, it can get made. But of course, Fury signing with ESPN, puts some kind of doubt to the Wilder fight. But then Wilder comes straight and says, I'm not under contract, I'm free to go wherever you want. And that's going to make Mr. Espinoza and Al Heyman in a very difficult position.
So a bit of fantasy matchmaking for you then before we let you go. Wilder and Fury tie themselves up in exclusive deals. Yeah. Dillian White leaves to whatever pastures new he decides. Who are the top 3 opponents out there for AJ after this one?
He can fight any one of them.
But if he doesn't fight those three,
Oh, well, blimey.
well, it could happen. You don't know.
Yeah, Luis Ortiz. I think that's a good fight. Usyk. That's the obvious one. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the world heavyweight ranking, well, you've got kids coming through. Hergovich, we signed. You know, he's probably 4 or 5 fights away from challenging for a world heavyweight title.
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce, I don't, you know, I mean, not yet, but, you know, Dave Allen, when he beats Lucas Brown. You know?
Dave Allen's long-awaited shot at the World Heavyweight Unified Championship. Yeah, we can't wait for that. Why not?
Be big.
Yeah. Pay-per-view?
Why not? Why not?
Brilliant. Well, we thank you for your time and I hope it all goes well in America.
Cheers, Danny.
Cheers, mate.